Okay, I just literally completely flipped out. Okay, and let me go through. This is why I bought this in 2001. You can see that it's kind of worn because I read it 1,000 times. There's notes all over the author's notes. Masamune Shiro, who's like an anime god. So obviously I'm talking about Ghost in the Shell, aka Ghost in the Machine in Japan, but they changed the title in the US. Why am I shocked? Because I'm like minding my own business on the couch and my husband goes, Scarlett Johansson got casted for a role, Ghost into something. So like, I didn't think about it at first because like I don't give a crap about her, and I was like, oh, whatever. Then I was like, wait, Ghost in the what? And I was like, Ghost in the Shell? And he said yes. And I completely flipped out, okay? And now I'm wishing he taped my reaction for that whole 10 minutes because I freaked out on the couch. I pulled the manga off the bookshelf, in the bathroom, you probably didn't need to know that. Back to the couch. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make a video about this because I'm tired of this Hollywood bullshit. I really am. Because it's like, if you know about them trying to make Akira, if you've heard about, you know, George Takei just spoke out against that, right? Obviously, he's Asian. But he's Japanese, I'm sorry. But he was just like, you know, it's fucking ridiculous because they are taking these stories, obviously, that are anime, right? And they want to cast Justin Timberlake as Kaneda. They want to cast Robert Pattinson from fucking Twilight as Kaneda. I don't even remember who the other guy was. Doesn't matter. Nondescript white guy as Kaneda. Okay? So it was bad enough because Akira, I've seen Akira 32 times. Okay? I saw it for the first time when it aired on Sci-Fi Channel back in the days, in the 90s. And I had it taped on VHS back in the days before DVDs and Netflix and all that other stuff. And I would just rewind it and watch it over and over and over again. So if you've seen Akira and if you've read Ghost in the Shell, so I've read the manga, I watched Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, right? That came on Cartoon Network. But you know that they're both these really violent, kind of graphic, you know, Akira includes nudity, right? You remember back in the day they took that out of Cartoon Network. And there is some sexuality in Ghost in the Shell, but they're both about dystopic future Japanese societies. Like, they're very Japanese. Like, it's impossible to take the Japanese culture out of either one of these stories. And it's what pisses me off so much about these Hollywood movies, because we all know that they're going to be watered down, dumbed down, pieces of shit for an American audience, and they're going to change the setting, right? Scarlett Johansson's not going to be in Japan. Justin Timberlake's not going to be in Neo-Tokyo, which is where Akira was set in. And it makes me angry because I'm like, there are so many anime that Hollywood could pick from. Naruto, Bleach, Death Note. Just off the top of my head, like, those are the 3 examples I'm going to give you guys. However you guys feel about that, it is anime that would appeal to a very wide audience where you're not watering anything down. You can tell the story straight. I know Dragon Ball Z was awful, and believe me, I didn't see it, and I do like Dragon Ball Z. I'm talking about the movie. I'm just saying, it's like, why do they keep picking these really violent, like I said, graphic, like with nudity, really cerebral? Don't forget that part. Like, I swear to God, you guys, I mean, if you're watching this video, you've read this, but some of these authors' notes, like, I wrote a whole paper on the author's notes, and I was just telling my husband, like, most manga, I wouldn't be able to write a paper on. Just off, like, the 6-page author's notes that he wrote off the story. So, like, he would write page 6, and he'd write an author's note, you know? And there's a note in here, if you guys remember, if you read through them, where he was like, sometime in the massive future, like, even beyond where the story's set, it's like 10 to the 137th year, or whatever it was. It's like this infinite expanse of time and space. And I'm probably saying this wrong to you guys, but he was like, I could see if time expanded and went on that long, that you could even get a concept that seems to be so almost unrealistic as like an infinite eternal God, you know, or, you know, just lightness being everywhere. And like, he's just breaking down all this really like cerebral stuff. And, like, that's what Ghost in the Shell, and that's what Akira was, you know? So, I mean, Akira is just so much to even go into. Like, I don't understand why they keep taking anime like that and deciding that they're going to dumb it down and make it stupid. I'm not saying that Naruto and Bleach are stupid. Believe me, I spent a whole summer sitting on my butt on YouTube watching Naruto, and I got up to like episode 106, and then I was like, okay, I really need to pretend that I have a life, and I tried to go out and have a life, but not really. My point is, they're not the same as these anime. So I just don't get it myself, okay? Because here's the thing, they're not making Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson as Motoki Kusanagi. Seriously, Motoko Kusanagi, okay? Seriously, stop. Okay, and I already told you who they want. It's like, who's playing Tetsuo and Akira? You know, Jesus Christ, like, these are the freaking people that they have to play Kaneda. They're not making these movies for the people like us, for the people who grew up watching it, right? And that's what really makes me mad, because I grew up with these anime, I grew up with these manga. They're not making it for us, right? So it's like, what the fuck are you making it for, you know? They're making it for an audience that wouldn't like the source material. I guarantee you, whoever goes out to see Robert Pattinson, Edward from freaking Twilight, as Kaneda and Akira, wouldn't even make it through the anime. Wouldn't make it through it. There's too many things in there about religion and, you know, the government and authoritarianism and just... There's too many concepts. There's too many things. You know, Tetsuo's arm blowing up in, like, Tokyo Stadium for 5 minutes, you know? And what did the end of the anime mean? I mean, you could talk about that for hours. Like, that's not the audience going to go see this. The audience going to go see Ghost in the Shell is somebody sitting on the couch and looking up at the TV and going, oh, Scarlett Johansson, she's really hot, and I liked her in Lucy. You know, they're basically taking... Here's why I wanted to make this video. They are taking our anime, okay? And they're putting stars in these movies because they want to make their money, because this is Hollywood. Lucy, that was a Scarlett Johansson movie that just came out. I didn't see it. I didn't want to see it. But it made $384 million worldwide. If they were serious about making these and doing a good job with it, they would cast unknowns. At least start there. At least start there. And then if the director was on point, like an independent filmmaker, I might start to be like, well, you know, what's going on or whatever. But you can't change things. If you understood what these manga and anime were about, you couldn't change the setting. It's people who don't care. I don't even know if it's people who've seen or read it, to be honest with you. They want to make their money, right? They want to make their money. That's why you cast Robert Pattinson from Twilight. That's why you cast Justin Timberlake, of all freaking people, right? So it pisses me off because it's like, you're taking the best anime, in my opinion. I mean, Akira's one of the best anime, period, right? My favorite anime is Perfect Blue. Okay, but Akira is bar none one of the best anime ever made, okay? They're taking the best anime from our generation, the best manga, and they're making it Hollywood pieces of crap, and they're putting stars in it to make their money. That's what pisses me off. It's like, you can make money and not take our classics and shit all over them. That's what I don't get. Those 3 examples I gave you is just 3 examples. Y'all could come up with many, many more that they could do. Just, I'm sorry, but these run-of-the-mill kind of like shonen anime, I mean, come on, you know? Like, go through, what is it? Shonen Jump. There's a lot that they could do, and it's ready-made for them. They don't have to change it. They don't have to water it down. They don't have to dumb it down. It's not that deep. It's just an action thing. Hell, I was talking to my husband, and I was like, Ninja Scroll. You know what I mean? Like, everybody remembers Ninja Scroll. It's like, okay, like, you could remake that, though. Like, that was just a very hardcore, violent anime about ninja assassin. It's like, it wasn't that much deeper than that. Like, it was very good. I've seen it a bunch of times. But that's something where it would actually work. So, that is my rant about Ghost in the Shell and Akira. Tell me what you think. And I will see you guys whenever I make a next video. Bye.